And it's right here that I realize that my docks aren't working properly. They're not getting the employment they need. So that's why I can't make any money and I'm always in the fucking red. So I kill the prefecture and engineering and just build a little road here. And I'm just plopping some houses down, but of course they're not going to get employed right away. Um, I'm just going to put down some houses. There you go. And again, I'm going to put some houses here too to make sure the wharfs continuously get employed as well, because I need that fish. And there's going to be a lot of jump cuts here because this was an hour and a half, and this is my biggest mistake in the map right here. This is when I decide, I get the bright idea that maybe this could be an elite district of town. I've got a granary, around here. There's a lot of food around here. So why don't I simply just try to make this an elite section? I have more than enough unemployment. Of course, I save it right here before I begin. Because every time I do something new, I make a save point. That way, if it fucks up too bad. I never revert back to the save, though, ever. So anyway, I'm clearing all the trees because I want to make this an elite thing. I'm thinking maybe I can get rich bitches in this. And yes, you can get rich bitches, but they require too much stuff. You can import wine, which is enough to support a modest elite housing, but you can't control if the wine goes to what markets, like you could in Caesar 4. So you might as well just try to configure your fucking here I'm just trying to connect the road. You try to configure your roads as best you can to make everybody elite or something, because they won't get wine, other markets will get it, and it's bullshit. So I was thinking, okay, I could make an elite district. They could have their own granary, their own market, and since I have about like 115 unemployment right now, I'm thinking, you know what, I could put a lot of services down here to support a very modest amount of population, and it'll just be an elite district. And it might give me more in taxes or whatever, because the rich people pay a lot more in taxes than the city services that require them to take, if you have enough. Just like an emperor. I put the lion's pit there just to eat up unemployment, and I don't need it for a very long time, because you only need that for a coliseum. And I'm not going to move the farms around because I use just about all of the exploitable farm resource, so I'm just working it the best I can. This is the first section, though, that I have a gladiator school and an actor colony outside of an inner ring. So this does mean that can support theaters and amphitheaters that will not be in the inner ring. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'll just start zoning in 2x2s, and I'll leave space for them to grow into 3s. Again, this was a very bad mistake on my part, but I end up keeping it because I'm obstinate, and I'm thinking, no, I'm going to make it work. But it really was a bad idea to expand up here. I should have not done it and worked on the rings instead. Because look at the exodus. My God, look at the exodus. Like, it's not even stable around the other areas because they're not getting enough furniture, and they're not getting enough furniture because it's not that we're not making enough furniture. We got warehouses full of the shit. It's the fact that the market bitches can't get the furniture because they're too busy trying to get the food. And I'm making a lot of food. It's just, and I'm importing a lot of food. The warehouse that imports the wheat is the warehouse next to one of the granaries. And I actually get the smart idea later on to try and empty that granary so the wheat goes to other areas, because with that market, that granary that you see right there, it's actually close enough. It's not actually close enough because it's not connected. I wasn't thinking right in one area. And I'm thinking I'm going to empty that granary, but the granary between the two first market residential rings is enough to support a lot of the markets, so it ends up working okay. But that's just later on. That's after the fact. And I'm seeing how fast those things are filling up, which makes me happy. Of course, the market bitches aren't exploiting it right now. And you gotta have water around here. And I was thinking maybe I could put an aqueduct behind there. But you can't actually build an aqueduct over a road that's exiting the city, as I find out right here. Because you can't. I already knew you couldn't build an aqueduct over the tip of a road, but I wasn't thinking. But then I'm like, oh well, there's an oasis piece right here anyway, so it's no big deal. Just clear that out. And again, you're really going to have to confuse all the cuts and edits I make in this, because this was about 2 hours and 15 minutes of footage that you guys aren't going to get all of. I think you're probably only going to get about 20 minutes of it. So, yeah, there's no way I'm going to have you sit through a bunch of my economic tweaks. It's just not worth it. But I do want to show the evolution. I don't record a lot of me plopping plazas and gardens down, okay? Because that was just aesthetics of me trying to tweak areas. But anyway, I'm not worried about them coming. They can come all they want. And I'm thinking, okay, well, now it's time to beautify it up a bit, because the rich people are going to need that to expand into. I do like the way the 2x2 gardens look. And you know what? People can cut through those gardens. So you gotta watch out if you connect your inner ring to your outer ring with gardens. All your city services will start to spill out because they're fucking retards. God, I hate how stupid the walkers are in this game. And yes, if you know how dumb they are, you can try and plan for it, which I try to do a lot. It's just, if you make a small mistake, you pay for it. And, well, that makes you smarter. No, it's frustrating. It's a broken game mechanic. It just is. They didn't fix it until much later. I know people... Oh yeah, and I want to clarify from the last video about the forum in the Senate. I believe it's you can plop down forums without a Senate, but they won't start collecting taxes until you have a working Senate. So there's that for you. Because last episode, I remember I said you need a Senate before you can build forums, and I don't think that's true. I think you can put down a forum without it. But I believe you need the working Senate to actually collect the taxes. Because in Mission 3, it says make sure your citizens pay their taxes, and it explains to you... I didn't show that on that episode. It explains to you about the Senate and the forum. So I think that's how it works. And again, I could be wrong in that, but I remember reading that a long time ago, and that knowledge stuck in my head a lot, so I build the Senate and then the forums. Yes, the forums will do your taxing for you. But I think you need the... maybe it's the fact that you need a Senate before you build your government's house, your governor's house, the villa or whatever. I think that might be it. You can't build that without the Senate. There's something you can't do without the Senate, and it's not just look at your unemployment. I want to say it might make your bureaucracy more efficient, as in, you know, maybe it helps collect taxes. It does something, you know, so you do need it. Anyway, see how these houses are just always shifting? Look at the mass exodus as they all de-evolved because, well, no furniture. And I have markets up the ass and they're not getting it because they're so busy trying to get food. I hate it. I can't stand it. And the exodus of I've been thrown out of me home. My home. But anyway, yeah, it bugs me. It bugs me a lot. So my population is always fluctuating 100 people or so. And I think one of the comments I had last time was, like, there's no population density difference between the 4 big buildings and the 1 medium insula, and that's not true, because when they de-evolve into the 4 large buildings, you lose 4 dudes. 4 little bag walkers pop out and leave. So I think you lose 100 population, or 50 population. Just those guys represent a certain amount of population. So the densities aren't really the same. I also think that 1 more walker can pop in, because when your buildings evolve from any stage, like from stage F to stage G, you'll get a dude with a cart walking in, gonna fill that spot for you. The only difference is when you start getting the first rich bitch people, when it evolves from the Grand Insula to the first small villa, you actually lose 4 people, because the population does drop. But once you evolve to the next villa, it fills up again to that level. So it's a little annoying. I'm trying to think. They said they needed doctor's access, so I plop in a clinic there. Eventually, I'm like deciding on where to put it, because I know he's going to be stupid and walk the wrong way, and I'm going to have a doctor down there by the farms. I just know it. But I put it there anyway, because it's the best spot for it. Here I don't like, because the market bitch actually can double up on those roads. So she might pop out the wrong side many times, and I think that happens a lot. For entertainment purposes, I just plop that down, because I'm getting a lot of unemployment. Not a lot, but some. And look how fickle this place is. I hate it. But then it pops right back up as soon as she walks around with the furniture. It's like I can't win. I thought this place was stable and is not. So I shouldn't have expanded up there with my bright idea. And look at all those fuckers with bags walking around. But you see, as they're walking away, the city's now evolving again. So I'm going to get a mass influx, a mass immigration. So my population is generally stable. Oh, there he goes. Look, they just popped down to the large fours, 2x2s there, and more people just popped out of them and started walking away. So, and they're just de-evolving like fucking mad. Look at them, because they can't get furniture. I've been thrown out of my. But look, and here come a bunch of people, influx of people. This is, you know, and I connect that road again for some stupid reason. I don't know why. Well, I connect it because I put a market here. But it turns out to be a bad idea because the market bitch is always running up there trying to get oil from those industries, and it's just annoying as fuck. And if you want to know why there's a hole up there where one oil factory could be, it's because it caught on fire, and I never replaced it because I didn't need it anyway. I have too much oil, and it freed up some population. Now here's where I get smart. Well, it's not too smart, but I put another marketplace there because, well, you know, maybe if more markets, more opportunities for bitches to get food and furniture. It's not a bad idea. It works in theory, if they can get the food. It does mean that more markets are trying to scramble to get food, so overall it might have a net negative effect. It might. There's no way to really tell. So, here I am pondering, watching all the people come in, watching all the people leave, waiting for this to evolve again, hoping it does. You know, like I said, a lot of this game was waiting for money. I only got I got 4,000 denarii right now, but it goes away when I start expanding. And here's some, is this evolution or de-evolution? I don't know, I can never tell. It's always popping back and forth. And I'm looking at my markets like, come on, get furniture. And look at the furniture in the oil industry and the pottery is right there. They got no excuse except for food. Food's their excuse. So here you go. I'm going to plop down a temple and take my own advice from last episode and destroy an inner temple, because at that rate I'm going to plop down a bath in there and get rid of the 2 baths on the outside. It makes it more stable, so they can't bitch about bath access. You know, so, and I do the same thing with a school, but you need 2 schools. So, and I put a theater down there too. I already had one, but I'm going to destroy that, of course, and put a theater in. Theater, schools, and libraries help culture. And towards the end of this map, my culture needs a boost. So anyway, here's a Neptune right here was pissed at me, and he was sinking all my ships. So I'm thinking, okay, let's plop down some temples to Neptune and an oracle. So I have to wait for the money, import the marble, and then plop down the oracle right there. Plus, oracles give you aesthetics. So, it actually helps with beautification of certain areas. So I have to put a second one down here after I get more marble. It pleases the gods, it makes them happy. It counts as 1 small temple for each, for about 500 population. And here I'm thinking I want to expand my pottery business because importing pottery is expensive and I have so much clay as well. Come on, but again, it's a push system, which is highly ineffective. So here's the way I get the idea to stop the market bitch from getting up there into the oil. I'm thinking, look, stop getting oil from the factories. Get the oil from the fucking warehouse, you stupid cunt. And it does work. She does stop walking that way after I destroy that piece of road right there. Yeah, it's like, you have to watch these fuckers. It's so frustrating. Oh, and look at my houses. Yay, once again, I'm thinking of the bright idea. Just plop a market, just more markets, more markets. Throw them down there, you know? Because the markets never have jack or shit. This one has oil, and that's it. Because she's always busy trying to get fucking food. You know, so I eventually put a warehouse here and make it furniture. Thinking, look, if you guys always de-evolve for lack of furniture, I'm going to fill this up with furniture. Get goods. Because I have 2 warehouses full of furniture. There's no excuse. You know? So I'm going to pop down a temple of Venus and destroy the inner Venus temple. Come on, plop it. Kill it. You know you want to. Kill it. Well, I was waiting for it to get populated. Yeah. And I put a library there and destroy that library. I'm basically making the inner rings a lot more efficient because it takes less population to to employ a temple than it does to employ these city services that take 15, 20 each, you know. And look, it does work, see? Now that one library is enough to evolve them again. Or that could just be they got furniture, who knows. But anyway, here's a school. So, I can destroy that school on the outer ring there by the Oracle. Eventually I have to plop schools and libraries all over again to get culture up, but for now I'm just worried about employment. You know, I'm trying to find a state of stability, and all that shit up there with the elite district, quote-unquote, big mistake. So, put down a Mars temple, and of course, nuke the one in the middle there. And this is where I have too many schools around here. I have 3 schools all around here. So, I need to put a library and the school in the middle, and I wait for it to get employment before I destroy the one on the edge there. Put some gardens there because there's always that dead space. There you go. So I can destroy some bathhouses, schools, and libraries floating around this area, which is good. I end up that library up top on the left that you see, I never get it in my head to actually remove that one. At least not in this episode. I think I destroy it later, but then have to replant it for culture. So, and if you guys are going to yell at me, oh, you forgot that library? Yeah, I know I did. Like, for right now, it would have been wise to get rid of it. So, I have a school down there on the bottom and a school up there at the corner, so there's a school between that. Yeah, see that one? I actually shouldn't have destroyed that one, but I did anyway. And I killed that one as well. I think that one, yeah. I keep that one in the corner. It really doesn't matter so long as the kids can run around both rings, but that one school is not enough. See, I replant it. I knew that was a mistake to kill that one. And I leave the library. And here's where I realized the priests are spawning on the wrong side of the road. And that's pissing me right the fuck off. So I was like, okay, you can't have this road here anymore. Assholes. I need you to give access to those medium insula. Thank you very much. They have like one temple walker sometimes running around, but it's not really enough. Look how much oil. I'm making those pottery guys, I destroyed them because they weren't getting employment. And they're just not making... There's not enough unemployment right now in my city. So I have to destroy my pottery industry for that. And I'll just plop down Oracle to make the gods happy. It's cheaper in the long run because it doesn't employ anybody. And I forgot to put a fountain here, so I put that one down and kill that one. That way, there's like a small tent by the market there that's not getting any water. And I didn't notice until just now. Here I'm thinking it's probably time to expand the weapon shop, because I never can sell the 25 it says I can sell. So I think I put down a couple more weapon shops. I'm not quite sure. I know I expanded, but I don't need this road here anymore. I don't even need the aqueduct, but there's no sense in wasting more money to destroy it when I don't need to. Or no, this is the large temple. That's right. I don't think I put it down though. I just cleared the space for it. Okay, I think I expanded. Look at all the wheat. Look at all the wheat. It's not like we don't have food in this city. The granaries just can't get stocked by it. And that's pissing me off. I figure it out eventually, but you know, I better tax these motherfuckers, right? You know. Again, this was a big mistake putting them down here. I just don't want to destroy it because it's like I invested too much into it. So, you know, fuck it, you guys are staying. But this is about the time in which things are mostly stable. I look at this and I'm thinking, okay, you look to be stable, so it's probably wise to think about expanding. And look, my granaries right here are full now. So because they're full and the market bitches can get all the food they need, I'm thinking of a coliseum. But I'm thinking I probably need more unemployment because I think that takes 100 people to employ. So right about here I'm thinking, yeah, it's probably time to expand to the south and try to get that 5,000 population. And it's probably good because everything seems to be stable and the granaries are full. So when that happened and the market bitches don't have to walk too far to get their fucking food, everything is on track. So alright, I'll see you next episode when we wrap this up. Thanks for watching.